if you're watching this video and you're scared to drive, please watch until the end, because I'm telling y'all, it's really not that hard. Like, I'm out here, I'm coming from the airport, I'm in traffic, I'm coming up to a roundabout, right? Look, we got a lane coming right there that's merging. This guy stopped, thankfully, but normally he should have ran it all the way out and came down and took his lane, because it's 2 lanes right here. So it's like, it's basically just playing chess when you're driving, you know what I mean? You fill it out, you see, you know, what options you got before you get to the point, and you commit. And that's really all driving is. It's not that hard. So I want to make this video just for people who, like, you know what I mean, you on YouTube, you watching a POV because you haven't driven yet, or maybe you a little anxious to drive in. It's really not that hard. Like, look, we about to merge on this highway right now, and I'm not even gonna hit VTEC, nothing. The sun is in my eyes, but look, we're doing 40 right now. The speed limit there is 50, so we're gonna get up. Nobody's beside me. I'm gonna look, I'm gonna merge. Now we cruising at 50. You know what I mean? It's really just, that's all there is to it, guys. It's not that hard. If you're anxious and watching this, bro, I'm gonna give y'all some tips that helped me when I started driving. Because it's a lot, bro, especially driving in America. I've never really driven in a different country, so I know how it is over here, bro. You living somewhere near the city, it gets hectic quick, especially if you are in New York. Yo, if you in New York, you're cooked. First of all, you shouldn't even be driving. You should be taking a bus, the way they hiking up all those points, and the insurance rates are through the roof. You need to go buy a bike, bro. Do not buy a car right now if you live in New York. It's crazy over there. Absolutely horrible. I feel bad for people in New York. I got friends in New York that own cars. It's horrible what they doing over there, man. I feel bad for them, but hey, that's what I be saying, man. Jersey's better. Some tips we're gonna go over to help make sure that you get more comfortable driving at a faster pace is the top 3 for me. And those 3 are knowing where your wheels are. This is the most important, but we'll get into it later. Feeling out your brakes, guys. You ever notice, for the people watching this that know how to drive, you ever notice when you hop into a rental or something, you know, even if the gas is a little sensitive, it's not that bad. But when you press them brakes, that brake push you forward because you're not used to that sensitivity. You know what I mean? If you're a new driver and you scared to press the brakes because you don't know what to expect, that's gonna cause an accident, man. You gotta be comfortable all around with your vehicle. And the last tip is gonna be to know your limits. Your limits are important because right now you don't know them. I'm not saying go out there and speed and race on the streets to find your limits, but as you drive and as you get out there, you know what I mean, your limit's gonna expand. You might be scared to make this lane change today, and tomorrow you're not gonna be scared. So that means that your limit expanded. Before, your limit was, I can only stay in this lane. But now you're pushing out and doing new things, and that's good. But you gotta know what you're comfortable in, and you know what I mean, you gotta stay within it. So let's get started. So the first one, knowing your wheels. And when I just started driving, this is the first thing my cousin told me, because my cousin taught me how to drive. He said, Josh, you got to know where your wheels are, right? Because I learned how to drive in the islands in Jamaica. And we don't got all these nice paved roads. We got a lot of potholes, right? And potholes are bad for business if you're a car driver, because them shits will mess up your suspension quick. So if you know where your wheels are, I know one wheel is right here, one wheel is right there. So I can see potholes, I can avoid it because I know, yo, the wheel's not gonna hit it. I'm gonna make the pothole go between us, right? And your car has 4 wheels. Typically, if you drive in a regular car, you're gonna have 4 wheels. So let's think of it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 behind us. So if you know those 4 wheels, you basically already understand the dimensions of your car. Give or take, in front of the front wheels and behind the back wheels, you're gonna have an extra like 2 feet or so of where the car hangs over the wheels, right? But it's better to have an idea of how long your car is and how wide your car is, because that's gonna better help you when you come in these situations where, you know what I mean, you gotta squeeze into something. If you parallel parking, you gotta know the dimensions of your car. So this is gonna help you get a better mental of how big your car is. I feel like the easiest thing, but also people don't really prioritize it that much, is the dimensions of your car. You gotta know how big and small your car is, guys, because a lot of people get into these accidents and you wonder how did they not see that coming? And the thing is, they see it coming, but they just don't know the size of their car. So they don't even know how to avoid it, because they could have swore they missed it, but they didn't, because they don't know where their wheels are. You got to know where your wheels are, guys. Always remember that. When you step into a car, I ain't saying to go online and search up how wide your car is. First thing you do, you sit into a car, you sit down, hold the wheel, just look around, and notice, yo, there's one wheel right there, one wheel right there. And it sounds obvious, guys. I know it sounds obvious, but trust me, this helps a lot, especially if you're anxious. You know what I mean? You might be like, yo, the car's too big. It's not too big. You just don't understand a car, man. Trust me. Try it, guys, please. I'm telling you. The second thing, the sensitivity of your brakes. That's the important, because your brakes are everything. You see how I just stopped right there? Smooth stop. My dad taught me when I'm driving, he said, yo, Josh, you got to drive like you got eggs on the back seat. And when you can do that perfectly without trying to drive like that, that's how you know that you're a good driver. Y'all ever been in a car with somebody and they come into a stop and everybody in the car leaning. Everybody in the car leaning because they too heavy with the brakes. It doesn't sound that important. So you went away one day, you tap that brake too hard, your wheel lock up. Now your car's spinning. If you live in the Northeast, you tap that brake too hard in the winter when it's snowing out, now your car's spinning. Not every day or not every situation is going to be that ideal situation where you can slam on your brakes and nothing happens. There's consequences for overreacting and driving. You turn the wheel too hard, you press the gas too hard, you press the brake too hard. There's consequences for everything. And I don't say this to scare y'all, but I say this to let you know in the back of your mind, like, yo, I need to be the smoothest driver out there. I've been to the racetrack 2 times personally. And each time I had a variation of coaching, but the main guy, shout out Walter, man. Walter probably never gonna see this video, but shout out my guy Walter. Walter told me the first and second time, he told me this both times. He said, smooth is fast. You might be wondering, what the hell is Walter talking about? What does he mean by smooth is fast, right? And it means when you look into racing, the fastest line is the smoothest line. You don't want to go in there, jam your brakes, throwing stuff around. That's not how you get the fastest time. The fastest time is being smooth and cool and collected. You press the brake at the right time with the right amount of pressure. You take the perfect line. You cruise in there. You know what I mean? So to be a good driver is not about how fast you can get off the line, how fast you can stop. Being a good driver is about how smoothly you can do that shit, dude. Because once you can drive smooth, that people can fall asleep in your back seat or fall asleep as passenger and they don't gotta worry about dying, that's how you know you're on the right step, man. Because if people can trust you with their lives, that says a lot. I don't ride in anybody's car. You best believe that, because yo, people die in car accidents every day. And I've told my friends this too, the ones that I trust to drive me. I say, yo, I don't normally fall asleep in people's car, but I trust you driving. I trust you that when I go to sleep and I'm unconscious in your car, you're not gonna kill us. You know what I mean? So make sure you get your braking down, y'all. The braking is it's sometimes the hardest part, because every car, you can modulate the gas easier than the brake in different cars. So once you go in, you get the brake comfortable, you understand how hard you gotta brake to stop X amount of feet, you know what I mean? You're gonna be good. So go in there, all you gotta do is come to a full stop, like I'm gonna describe right now. You slow down, tap the brake. When there's nobody behind you, tap it, do multiple taps, tap, 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 just come to a full stop. So now I know, I have an idea of what the braking feel is like. Then somebody came behind me. And the last thing is gonna be understanding your limits. You're gonna see people driving fast, right? And that doesn't mean that you can't drive fast, and also doesn't mean that you should drive fast, right? And there's a time and place for everything. If you're on the highway, make sure you're keeping up with the speed of traffic. Don't be that one dude that's slow as hell. You know what I mean? You don't hold up them lanes, man. You get out there, you drive. You go the speed limit. Don't be scared to go fast. But what I'm saying is everything has consequences, guys. So, you know what I mean? Speed kills. We gotta be honest with ourselves. I ain't trying to glorify speeding. A lot of people die from speeding, right? Speed kills. You hear it every day. You see it on the news. It's not It's not something that you've never heard of before. So get comfortable with your car at a reasonable pace. You don't gotta rush. There's no rush for anything, guys. Think about it. You were living fine before the car. You're gonna live fine after the car, right? God's willing, you never get into an accident, but you might have an accident yourself and you're gonna learn from that. But the worst thing you can do is crash because you did not know your limits, guys. So don't rush into anything that you're not fully comfortable doing. Don't let nobody pressure you into doing stuff you're not comfortably doing. You might get in with the car with people and they're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna be like, you scared to drive, you scared to cut up, you scared to do this, you scared to do that. Nah, you're not scared, you're just not comfortable. And you should learn from that, because you shouldn't be in the car carrying people that want you to risk your life and their life just for some temporary pleasure. None of my friends will ever say some shit like that where it's like, you scared of this, you scared to do that. Like, obviously we have playful banter, but you should not be around people that's pressuring you, like actually pressuring you to do shit you do not want to do. That's not cool. And be wary of those people. They're the ones that's gonna get you in trouble, because when shit hit the fan, you the one that was driving, not them. So remember, you got to get comfortable at your own speed. Ain't no rush for anything, man. This is a dangerous art, and I feel like it's so common to drive that people don't even think about how dangerous driving is. Like, people die, like, I think it's every minute or so somebody dies from driving. Like, it's not all fun and games, guys. So you got to understand the risk you're taking by getting in a car. You know what I mean? It's fun and it's convenient to be able to be independent. And you know what I mean, you drive, you don't gotta ask nobody for nothing, you just hop in your car and you out. But there's consequences to that flexibility. So everything comes at a cost. Just be careful, y'all, because the last thing I want is for y'all to go hurt yourselves. All right, y'all, if you made it this far, thank you for watching this video. If you're scared to drive, don't be. It's fun. Trust me, man. I've been to the track twice. I love driving. I put 50,000 miles on this car, so don't be scared. Just understand that actions have consequences. Don't be somebody who puts other lives at risk and your own life just for temporary satisfaction, y'all. Be careful on the roads. Don't hurt yourself or nobody else. And if you haven't already, go check out the other videos I made about the best used cars to buy. Catch y'all in the next one. Like, subscribe.